Stars above begin to dance in their timeless slow romance. Slow romance, slow romance. In this gentle sway we stay. Sunset keeps the sky so fine. Lazy breeze in the pines. Heartbeats making notes, slow song. Everything is where it belongs. Moonlight whispers in my ear. All my worries disappear. Find me in this quiet night, floating in the soft twilight. Mellow days and easy nights, wrapped up in the softest lights. Let the world just fade away. In this gentle sway we stay. Stars above begin to dance in the timeless slow romance. Feel the rhythm of the earth. In these moments we find worth. Every second feels like gold. In this space we lose control. Floating high on clouded flow. Forever in this calm we go. Mellow days and easy nights, wrapped up in the softest lights. Let the world just fade away. In this gentle sway we stay. Stars above begin to dance, wrapped up in the softest lights. Let the world just fade away. In this gentle sway we stay. Stars above begin to dance in the timeless slow romance. Feel the rhythm of the earth. In this gentle sway we stay. Stars above begin to dance in the timeless slow romance. Slow romance, slow romance. In this gentle sway we stay. Sunset keeps the sky so fine. Lazy breeze in the pines. Heartbeats making notes, slow song. Everything is where it belongs. Moonlight whispers in my ear. All my worries disappear. Find me in this quiet night, floating in the soft twilight. Mellow days and easy nights, wrapped up in the softest lights. Let the world just fade away. In this gentle sway we stay. Stars above begin to dance in the
Hey, you guys, welcome to the Can We Be Frank show. I am your host, Salita, and I'm missing something real quick here. Let's see if I can get my crew on here. Let's see. Give me a second. This is down so low. I don't know if they can hear it. Okay. Okay, did you get the what's the name? Hello? Oh, there we go. Can you hear talk so they can hear you? Okay. So we are live. Okay. Let me see. Hello. Make sure everybody talk loud. Because we're doing this from my phone. So you guys are on. I'm here. Somebody need to mute because I'm hearing myself in the echo. You got to come off a speaker or whatever it is that you're doing. All right. So again, Welcome to another episode of the Can We Be Frank show. As you know, I'm a concerned citizen, and I know it's been a minute since we've been on here. It's just been that way. A lot of stuff been going on. I'm always working on something, so I'm always got something going on. Okay. Um, I have a new book coming out. I mean, I'm doing everything. I got a little bit of everything, and I love telling you guys that because I think it's very important that I share that with you guys. I'm not ignoring you. I'm not none of that. That's just how it is. I definitely stay busy. I do this. I do podcasts. Not only this podcast, I got another one I do. I got a television show I do on Public Access Channel that I'm obligated to. I also I dibble and dabble a little bit anything, a lot of everything that is. Because hey, that's who I am. I can't help it. I'm that person. And I don't like sitting idle. I think my time, how I spend it, is important to me. I can't just sit still. I've never been a person to sit still, so I'm always doing something. But you guys will, I will definitely do a whole show talking about my new book coming out. Um, he wants to be called King by Any Means Necessary, and it is the destruction and chaos of the American dream is what this book is about. So I can't wait to push that. In the meantime, I'm waiting for my co-host to come in because we want to talk about some things. I know it's been a lot of stuff gone, a lot of things have gone on. And just like I said, just kind of being in the background, not really doing a lot. I mean, not doing a lot on social media like I used to. I make my comments every now and then, but that's it. Um, I am considered still a concerned citizen. I'm just concerned in a different way than I used to. We have Miss Agnes on the line. I don't know if anybody else is coming in because I mean we did a pop-up show. This is what you call a pop-up show. Um, so hopefully Mr. Man can call in and get in here with us. So we want to talk about this. Let's first of all, before we go into that, I want to oops, let me go back over here. Uh, okay, okay, okay. Yeah, let me do that. Let me do that. Let me tell you what Facebook just reminded me to do. I hadn't done. You guys know I do readings, right? And most of the time, when I do my readings, I do it over on my YouTube video. Okay. Um, hello, Miss. Oh, okay. I thought that was somebody. Hello, Miss Francesca. She must be answering that. So most of the time, I do my readings over on my Queen Universal YouTube channel, right? Every now and then I'll do a Black Queen's reading over on Black Queen's reading, which I want to do one probably tomorrow. I'm going to do one tomorrow with you guys. Um, and so it just kind of reminded me to stay engaged, and I tried to by leaving messages and stuff. Also, I have You Can't Clip My Wings is my other um, Facebook page that I have other pages, but those are the main two that I actually interact on majority of the time. I also have an Instagram page. I have You Can't Clip My Wings Instagram, and I also have my just regular Instagram page also that with my name on it. So you'll see a lot of me like floating around social media, but I'm not really going anywhere. I'm not really doing too much on those pages, which I need to do more on. Also, you can check me out on my TikTok page, Queen Universal. I opt. Queen Universal is another TikTok channel that I have, and I'm trying to bring some more stuff to my TikTok channel. I just got to get. Sometimes you got to be in a mood to do this stuff. This stuff, just doing it over and over again, it can take a toll on you. So you got to, it's good to come up with fresh ideas and stuff. Doing something different. But I'm not good at with that all the time. So I'm not constantly on social media and those platforms like I should. So tonight's show, we're going to talk about, hello, see if I can. Hello. I'm not hearing you. Hello. I guess he's got to get his stuff together. I guess I don't know. He's there. I just can't hear him. Um. So let's see. Let me move him to the stage. There we go. Hello.
That's the reason you couldn't hear me.
Oh, okay, because I didn't put you up here. Okay, cool. That's good. So tonight we're gonna go into. I want to talk about two things. I want to talk about. Let me see if I can find the picture. I'm gonna go to.
Can you see my
Uh,
profile picture?
Let me go to your pro. Let me do that. Let me do that.
No, I mean just on the screen because it's black on my side.
Yeah, it's black on my side too.
All right.
Let's see, Tavares. Let me go to your page. So we're gonna. This boy. I don't know what to do with this boy. Let me show y'all some. Um, and I can't show the whole thing. I don't have the whole thing, but hold up. Let me see here. Let's let's uh share it on the screen. That's not where I want to go. Present.
Oh, there it goes.
Okay, so we're gonna share this on the screen. This is what Tavares' new screen looks like. You can't see the whole thing, but that is actually that house burning, and people are barbecuing. They call it the June. Um, only my son, y'all. Only my son. Nobody else. Uh, oh, check this one out. I don't know if you guys can see this one. Can
I
y'all
just
see this?
got that. Somebody just sent that to me.
Oh my God, that is crazy.
That's what we're doing with AI right now.
Okay, yeah, that's what we're doing with AI. So this
And
is
AI worked out pretty well. Everybody, shoot, they've been talking about AI. I've been messing up AI. AI looks pretty good to me.
yeah,
Looks
AI
almost
thinks
real.
like it's doing great. It's doing
But
great.
see, what's really crazy is if you think about it, that's what AI thinks that whatever that prompt was, that's what AI thinks it looks like.
Yeah, exactly,
Is
exactly.
it accurate? Kinda.
Um, yeah, kinda
Yeah,
that.
that shit looks kind of real. I mean, it's AI, but damn, it's getting good out here.
It looks good. That's one thing I think, and then let me see what else did you put on here. Let's see. Where's that picture? Oh, here it goes. These are the pictures I want to show. Okay, can y'all see that? Let's see. Yeah, there we go. So you guys can see it. Okay. That's very interesting there, right? All right. So let's see
As you
the
can
next.
see, I'm kind of gone all in on this one.
Yeah. You did on that one. So let's see. Let's go to the next one. I saw on your let's see in your pictures. Oh, here's another one. Oh, shoot. Come on. Here we go. So this is the next one. I thought was funny. That was very. Oh yeah. You see Harriet Tubman and Frederick Douglass. Somebody said you should have Frederick Douglass because he portrayed us. At the,
Well, there was a
well,
time where he didn't. We can say
yeah,
that.
yeah,
Can we
this
say
is the
that?
time when
There
he
was a
did.
time where he didn't.
Yeah. Yeah. Real nice, right? Let's come off your page. Okay, so I want to really dig into something. I said the name of the show is Can We Be Friends Show. The ancestors are woke, right? And I think that is and I said this maybe about a week or two ago. I said it's time for us to open. I mean, it's time for us to talk to our ancestors. And it's so weird. Everything started happening. I'm not saying it was me, but I think with me putting it out in the universe, our ancestors heard something. Okay, because I meant what I said. I didn't take it back. I think it's time. Um, they are very good at listening. If you don't believe in your ancestors, that's on you. I do, and they do definitely listen to us, right?
Would you,
So I
would you
want to.
say would you say that the ancestors may listen to this show?
Oh, I hope they are. I
Okay,
hope they are.
well, over the last couple of weeks, months, we've been really solely dedicating ourselves to telling the story of Louisiana and Rapides Parish over the last month or so.
Yeah, yeah.
And we were
Oh, that's
talking
right.
about the
That's
people that,
right.
yeah, we were talking about the people that called themselves planners, et cetera, et cetera. And we
Exactly.
talked about the plantation houses that burned down.
Mm-hmm.
We talked
Yeah.
about the city. I just talked about the city and put them all together in the same sentence and didn't realize it until you just talked about it.
Yeah, exactly. Isn't that weird? So
That
we're gonna,
all the plantations were burned down. That's the one thing that scares the shit out of them
yeah,
is when
exactly.
when the
Yep, you're
plantation
right.
burns down because that means something.
That's
Oh,
right.
that
That's
means something.
you're right. You're right.
So
So
the ancestors, we don't have to argue with nobody. The ancestors know how to argue with them. I
there you
hope
go. They
that you got that video that I sent of the sewer tops that were dancing in the streets in New Orleans. They were actually literally wobbling off of the man cold cover. Sewer
no,
tops.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, they said that whatever spirit that is, they were uh they were rejoicing or dancing. They were getting,
Wow.
yeah, but the literal sewer tops were lifting off the ground.
Can you send me that video? Did you send it to me directly?
I can't even remember where I seen it at. It might be on
Okay.
my page. I gotta look. But
Okay. When
yeah,
you get a chance, yeah, definitely share that.
yeah.
So I want to go ahead and I want to talk about the plantation system because I think this would be interesting to talk about. So give me a second. Let me share this with you guys. Um,
Did you know that the person that operated it, his last name was Randolph?
yeah, yeah. And we're going to talk about that particularly. But I want to talk first of all before we go deep into that. Let's talk about the plantation system. Where did it come from? How did it start? And this came off of the National Geographic. Um, and it's saying it's called the plantation system. So we're going to break this down. And you guys, I am not trying to mess with anybody's intelligence level. This is basically from, and I think this is like an education. I love education. Grades 5 to 8 years old, right? And it talks about it being a subject for social studies, right? So we're going to talk about what the background info on plantation, the system, how it was set up. All right. So let's start by talking about what is the term plantation arose as settlements in the southern United States originally linked with colonial expansion came to revolve around the production of agriculture. The word plantation first appeared in English in the 15th century. Originally, the word plantation was a verb that meant to plant. However, what came to be known as plantation became the center of large scale enslaved labor operations in the Western Hemisphere. Says historian Pete H. Wood and Edward Baptiste advocate for calling these places labor camps or slave labor camps rather than plantations in order to avoid hiding the truth of what really happened in these agricultural operations using forced labor. It says the plantation system developed in the American South as the British colonists arrived in what became known as Virginia and divided the land into large areas suitable for farming. Now, when we holler about um, enslavement started in the South, it really did. Virginia played a big part in slavery when it came to the North. Okay, well, actually, when it comes to the East Coast, because Virginia sits on the East Coast. Um, so it played a big part. And a lot of the Virginian citizens or people of rich money, I mean, with money, wealth people, came to the South to also create plantations. A lot of the North, because they couldn't do a lot of things in the North, they were doing in the South. So the Northern people would come down to the South and create their own little world down there. Okay. It says divided into large areas suitable for farming. It says the land on which these plantations were established was stolen from indigenous nations through canceled, disregarded, and deceitful treaties or outright violence. Okay, do you see what they did to take land? So they have different resources. We're not talking about that. So it says here, the plantation system came to dominate the culture of the South, and it was rife with inequity from the time it was established. So it already said from the get-go, with all the things that they had already done, they came to dominate and conquer. Okay? In 1606, King James I, okay, formed the Virginia Company of London to establish colonies in North America. But when the British arrived, they faced a harsh and foreboding wilderness, and their lives became little more than a struggle for survival. So they came into a place being greedy that they were unfamiliar with, okay, and tried to make a lot of stuff happen. But they were faced with dealing with being in the wilderness, the woods, dealing with every kind of disease, whatever was out there. That's what they had to deal with. And it says, in their lives became a little more than a struggle for survival. So, to make settling the land more attractive, the Virginia Company offered any adult man with the means to travel to America 50 acres of land. Now, I think that's kind of bold to offer somebody 50 acres of land that you don't even own. You don't even own the house. You don't even own the land, and you have the audacity to get more land from somebody else. That wasn't even your stolen land. So it says, at the encouragement of the company, many of the settlers banded together and created large settlements called hundreds, as they were intended to support 100 individuals, usually men who led a household. It's almost like what Trump is doing now with bringing those Afrikaners over here. That's what it sounds like to me, just a little bit. It says the hundreds were run as private plantations intent on making a profit from the cultivation of crops, which the economy of the South depended on. The plantation system was an early capitalist venture. Unlike small subsistence farms, plantations were created to grow cash crops for sale on the market. Tobacco and cotton proved to be exceptionally profitable. Wow. So it says cheap labor was used to cut production costs and maximize profit. Initially, the land was worked by indentured servants. Initially, that's what they said, who were mostly from England and sometimes from Africa, and enslaved African and less often indigenous people. Indentured servants were contracted to work 4 to 7 year terms without pay for passage to the colony, room, and board. After completing the terms, they were often given land, clothes, and provisions. Did you hear what they were giving to the indentured slaves or indentured quote-unquote servants? Then it says the plantation system created society sharply divided along class lines. Isn't that something we try to do now? Yeah. In the colony south of Pennsylvania, again, a northern state, and east of the Delaware River, a few wealthy white landowners owned the bulk of the land, while the majority of the population was made up of poor farmers, indentured servants, and the enslaved. Plantations labor shifted away from indentured servitude and more toward slavery by the late 1600s, in part because obtaining indentured servants became more difficult as more economic opportunities became available to them. So, what they're saying is we were so docile and so not in tune to what was going on with us, quote unquote, that the indentured servants were more smarter, did better, and they went on and got great opportunities. Instead, we stayed behind and we continue to be slaves. That's what it's saying here. It says wealthy landowners also made purchasing land more difficult for former indentured servants. So they didn't even want them to prosper, right? This sharpened class divisions as a small number of people owned larger and larger plantations. Wealthy landowners got wealthier and the use of slave labor increased. This led to uprising and skirmishes with impoverished black and white people joining forces against the wealthy. So there was a time when the indentured servants thought, I guess, that we could do this together. Let's go. And they actually worked together. Amazing, right? So in response to customs, change, and laws were passed to elevate the stature of poor white people above all black people, this new class acted as a buffer to protect the wealthy and black people, the wealthy and the black people in the British American colonies were further oppressed. So they, again, among class lines, made poor white people think that they were better than us, okay? Made them think that they were better than us. And so it was easy if they conquered and divided. So if they divided us, it was easy for us to be more oppressed. Thus, people of African descent were forced into a permanent underclass. And that's what we're dealing with now. In a sense, we're still there. Despite this brutal history, plantations are not always seen as the violent places they were. For some, the word plantation suggests an idyllic past. It says that this is seen at some of the United States plantations themselves, with some tours and tourists focusing on the wealth and the lives of the enslavers while ignoring those they enslaved. And the plantations continue to be rented out as venues for weddings and parties. However, nationwide reckoning with the legacy of slavery has caused a cultural shift, spurring some plantation tours to present a more accurate view of the horrors that took place at the site. So they were going around making this like a what's that, Gone with the Wind type scenario, when in reality, no, it wasn't. Okay, let's tell the truth. The truth is, y'all did some dirty stuff to us. That's the truth. And you guys start hiding it behind having your wedding. Me and my husband was talking earlier, and we were talking about how can black people go to these areas and do their weddings, perform their weddings at these antebellum big torture camps. Okay, yeah, that's what we did. You know, I never could understand that, but we've done that, right? So it's saying now that it's something that you got to now be honest about, that that's not what it was. It says the romanticized notions of plantation life largely stem from an ideology called the Lost Cause, which became popular shortly after the United States Civil War. The Confederates seceded from the United States to maintain the system of slavery. After losing the war, many Confederates and Confederate sympathizers promoted an ideology that falsely altered the reason for secession, right? This ideology was called the Lost Cause, after an 1866 book written by Edward A. Folliard, a newspaper editor from Virginia who supported the Confederacy. According to Caroline James, professor of history of the American Civil War at the University of Virginia, the Lost Cause ideology puts the Confederate in the favorable light, changing the whole story. We know they are good at changing the history, right? Their history, not ours, okay? She says that the Lost Cause claims, one, that Confederates were patriots fighting to protect their constitutionally granted state rights. Number two, the Confederates were not fighting to protect slavery. Number three, Slavery was a benevolent institution in which Black people were treated well. Do you see how they switched that around? Number four was enslaved people were faithful to their enslavers and happy to be held in bondage. And number five, Confederate General Robert E. Lee, which we have a street named after, to a lesser extent, General Thomas Stonewall Jackson, which we have a street named after Jackson, were godlike figures. None of these claims are true. The lost cause perpetuates harmful and false narratives. So we know this crap was not true, but they pushed it. So it says here, besides the book, other works have carried the lost cause lie, including 1864 painting of the burial of Latin by William Washington, Thomas Dixon Jr. 1905 novel, and the play The Klansman, and Margaret Mitchell's 1936 novel Gone with the Wind. I just talked about Gone with the Wind. The last two became popular movies. The Klansman became The Birth of a Nation. I know you guys remember that, right? And lost cause propaganda was also continued by the former Confederate General Jubal Early, as well as the various organizations of upper and middle class white Southern women, the Daughters of Confederacy. The Ladies Memorial Association, United Confederate Veterans, and the United Daughters of Confederacy, which I just mentioned. Wow, I didn't even see that then. Okay, so it says United States was the only participant in the transatlantic slave trade. Throughout the Western Hemisphere, the plantation served as an institution in itself, characterized by the social and political inequality, racial conflict, and the domination by plantation owners, known as the planter class. That's where the word of ours, planter, came from, right? In the Caribbean, as well as in the slave states, the shift from small-scale farming to industrial agriculture transformed the culture of these societies, as their economic prosperity depended on the plantation. Until the transatlantic slave trade was abolished in 1807, just the trade was abolished in 1807. Over 12 million Africans were transported to the New World, and over 90% of them were sent to the Caribbean and South America to work on sugar plantations. Wow. Now it says, so the transatlantic slave trade tragically erased much of its victims' history. Not all trace of enslaved people's lives are lost. Okay, so National Geographic explorer Tara Roberts, alongside Black scuba divers, archaeologists, and historians, collaborated with the descendants of African traffickers to the United States through the transatlantic slave trade to uncover hidden history. Carter Clinton is another National Geographic explorer researching how African Americans, both enslaved and free, lived and died during the transatlantic slave trade. Clinton's research combines archaeology, history, and genetics to investigate the experiences of people buried at the African burial ground in Manhattan. Wow. Didn't know that. Did not know that. Okay, so that's the history of how the plantation system works. Hey, you guys, sorry, was not ignoring you guys at all. Good evening. Wondering what AI recommend this time. I don't know what that means, okay? But facts, you're right, they are facts. So you guys, so let's talk about this Nottoway plantation here in White Castle, Louisiana. Let's talk about that. Let's see here. It seems to be a big story. So let's go to the website itself. Hold up. Let's go to the website. I want you guys to see this with me. So let's go to the website. So you can book it. This is, you can actually do a tour. Let's see what the tour page says. Oh, so this is what it looked like in the inside. Interesting. What y'all think? Tavares, are you there? Yes, he was a Randolph. Yes, he was a Randolph, you guys. And we, Tavares, are you there? So they're saying the tours are back, but it's all gone now. So let's see here. Let's see some stuff. How it looked at one time. Oh, she doesn't mind taking her portraits there. They have a portrait session. 3 hour inclusive $800 portrait. Oh my God. What? Oh, are y'all seeing what I see? Okay, long as y'all see what I see. Beautiful, huh? I'm being funny, you guys. I'm not. There's no way I'm condoning this. Okay. Let's see here. Let's see what the gallery looks like. Okay, so let's look at some of these pictures here. So this is what it actually looked like. Make sure you guys can see it. Can you? Okay, good. Okay, so you guys can see it. Let me get out of here. Okay, so that's what it looked like on the outside. And I guess that's when you walk in. Oh, do you see those are black? These are black statues right here with the chandeliers on their heads. And look at the Randolph family. Oh my God. It was 2 girls and a mom and dad. Wow. A nucleus family. Oh, wow. Somebody is having look, a picnic out on the lawn. Look at this. How gorgeous it used to look. Oh, not the kite flying overhead. Look at that, y'all. Look at that. That is beautiful. Oh, look at the wine and cheese on the what they call that charcuterie board. Sure, whatever you call the board. Oh my! Whoa, what is in that chair? That looks gross. Oh, that's the stuff coming out the chair. You know, they said they made a lot of furniture that was stuffed with human hair, like our hair. Did you know that? Oh yeah, they did that. Oh, look at this. Oh, it's so beautiful. Oh, they played pool back then. Oh, back then it was called billiard. Yeah. Oh, look, they have all the things that you can, look at, artifacts, and like I said, it's a museum, so Oh, is it gorgeous? Look at that, you guys. Oh, they even had a theater where you can go and sit down and talk about the plantation or learn about the plantation. A place of perseverance. Really? That's funny. Oh, they got tennis courts. Palm trees? Wow. I wonder what's up under all of this. I wonder if there's some graveyards or something. Excuse me. Oh, that's right, because they turned it into a resort. You can go in there and get on the treadmill and enjoy yourself while you're probably standing on some dead body or something. Oh, that's not. Oh, they have a pool. Oh, okay. Wow, I wonder who stayed in this house. This must be the mother-in-law house. Oh, look at that. Such a beautiful, breathtaking. I'm sorry. That's why I'm choking, because I'm being sarcastic. Look at that. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. Look at that. Just imagine what probably happened in those rooms. Okay, he's playing around. Oh, look what it looks like on the outside. This is what it looks like at nighttime before the fire. Wow, that is so not nice. This house is huge, you guys. Look how wonderful it looks. 2 gold. Isn't it wonderful? Oh, I could see myself in my big dress standing on there and saying hi to the peasant people on the bottom, right? So that. And this house was not built by him. This house was built by slaves. You just read about the plantation system, how it was set up. So the plantation was set up in a sense where it was easy to use our labor than to do indentured labor because they had better opportunities, right? Yeah, interesting. Oh, not the fireworks. Ooh, oh, this is so gorgeous. Oh my God. Oh, they even have a conference room where they discuss how they're going to continue robbing and taking slaves and taking land. Oh, isn't this gorgeous? Just gorgeous. So let's talk about what he looks like now. Am I moving too fast? Huh? Oh, this must be the gift. Oh, yeah, this must be the gift shop. Why would you want to? Okay. And that's what they did, just like what we read. They turned them into resorts and wedding uh, banner or whatever you want to call them. Yeah, that's what they did. Oh, look at the little bridge. Oh my God. Oh, how many pictures are there? Okay, here we go. Randolph. We need to find out if old Ned was part of this family, y'all. We need to find out if old Ned was here. So he was born in the memory of John H. Randolph, born March 24th. He died March 24th, 1813. He died September 8th, 1883. I know that my Redeemer liveth. That's funny. Oh, look how big and humongous the work. Just imagine how many of our ancestors built it. You know, just think about it from that. Okay, enough about that. So, did you guys see that? I think Tavares is trying to come on stage. Oh, I'm sorry. Thank you. Okay, what happened? Unmute your mic. There we go. I thought you was already in here.
Yeah, I was, but I dropped out and I had to come back. I've been sitting about 20 minutes.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
She said,
That's a
oh
nice
yes,
house. That's a nice
yeah,
house.
yeah. Interesting,
Now,
huh?
now, stop sharing your screen real quick.
Okay, hold up. Okay.
That's what it looks like now.
Yeah. Yeah, we just showed what it looked like now.
Yeah, that's what it
Actually,
looks like now.
I want to go. I want to go and here we go. Give me a second, Tavares. Give me a second. I want to here we go. Let's look at this. Let me see which one I want this. Let's see what it says here. Hold up. I'm gonna share it. Give me a second. Okay. Okay. There
I
we
like
go.
your little fonts and setups and shit. That looks nice. They're showing commercials now. Are you getting paid for this?
Be quiet.
You might want to go full screen. There you go.
And what's so strange about this? Even when they put the fire out, it burned
Yeah,
again.
Nottoway was a staple in White Castle. I mean, everyone from all over the world came here to tour Nottoway.
And, everybody have their own opinions on Nottoway, but it is, it is White Castle. It's one of the biggest slave plantations in Louisiana. It's historical. Like I said, everybody have their own opinions on it, but as human, as people, as White Castle, we have to think about the people, who's providing for their families while working in Nottoway, working there, no matter what
Look
their
at
position
this
was, it was
nigga.
still someone's livelihood, someone's job.
Look at this nigga. Oh, get him out of here. Pack him out. You got to worry about the people that work there, that feed their families off of tourism and slaves.
Yeah. Yeah,
Stupid
exactly.
ass. I'm gonna run into that dude in real life. I'm gonna punch him down.
You
What's
can't
wrong
do
with you?
that.
Don't you ever get on nobody's social media, goddamn
The
Beyonce's
danger of home
internet.
fires during the holidays. This is the peak.
Okay.
Yeah,
Just come
don't get on Beyonce's internet with that nonsense.
But I thought that was like that
That
was
boy
very
said, what did he say? Can you run that
uh,
back real quick?
what?
Yeah, bring that back real quick. What that boy say?
What this one?
Yeah, the one we just watched.
Oh, you talking about Tavares, this right
Yeah, the
here? Okay.
video. Put this back on the small screen. Share it again. I want to hear what that. I want to hear what that
Hold up.
raccoon said. He said, "You got to feel bad
Hold
for the
up.
people."
Heart-stopping rescues.
Turn the sound off. You got to hit the sound button. It'll play the commercial, but just hit the sound button.
No, this is actually the video.
Our priority is going to be remove all
No, that's
victims.
not the video we
Heart-stopping
was just
rescues.
watching.
Watch as fire teams in Fresno rip this person from a raging inferno. First responders in Georgia
that's not the
saving a
video.
child that had to be thrown from a third-story balcony. With cooking fires peaking around the holidays, experts warn, do not try to fight a fire yourself. Get out and then call 911. Here at the Delaware County Emergency
Are
Training
you
Center
watching the
in
same video
2019,
again, or what are
Underwriter
we doing?
Laboratories built us.
Okay. I turned it
Yeah,
off.
what are we doing here?
You said put it back on there and I put it back on there. That's what we want.
No, the video that you just played. Nobody. What does this have to do? What does that have to do with anything?
Tavares, you missed it. It was playing.
No, it wasn't. That's not the video. That's not the video, man. What are you doing?
Okay. The video about Nottingham?
Yeah, that's not. It's not that video. It done moved on. It's a whole different video now.
Okay.
Are you not watching the screen?
Yeah, I saw it. Here it goes right here.
I'm sure. I'm sure you noticed that wasn't the video.
But you said keep it playing, so I was keeping it playing. Did you hear what
No,
you did?
ma'am. I was just saying play the video again. I wanted to see what that black guy said.
Oh, I don't do all that repeating over and over again stuff. I
Yeah,
don't do
well,
that.
no, I don't. That doesn't matter. That's
That's
weird
not
that
you.
you would even do that. You have to refresh the whole page.
Okay, let me see if it'll let me do it. Okay. You talking about this one right here?
Yeah, that one right there, the one you originally played, ma'am. You can turn the sound
That's,
up.
that's what you should have said, knucklehead.
Look at how the people feel about it. You know what I'm saying? Oh, it was such a landmark. It was so beautiful.
Well, people,
Yeah, Nottoway was a staple in White Castle. I mean, everyone from all over the world
It's a house,
came
not
here
a
to
staple.
tour Nottoway.
And, everybody have their own opinions on Nottoway, but it is, it is White Castle. It's one of the biggest slave plantations in Louisiana. It's historical. Like I said, everybody have their own opinions on it, but as human, as people, as White Castle, we have to think about the people, who's providing for their families while working in
Wait,
Nottoway,
pause it.
working there,
hold
no
up.
matter what their position was, it was still someone's livelihood.
Okay.
That nigga said, as human and as people, we have to think about the people that provide for their families by the running of night away. Hey, let me tell y'all something. It's a lot of people like him in Alexandria. It's a lot of people just like this young, misguided. He out here, they out here, bro. They out here. He's saying that their plantation house represents White Castle as a community, and that we should be concerned for the people that feed their families off the tourism at a slave plantation.
That's basically what he said.
Keep playing it.
What?
Play it.
Do someone's job.
Do somebody's job.
That nigga there, boy. When you say niggas ain't shit, that's the nigga we talking about right there.
Well,
The people look pissed off as hell. Yeah, I did. Excuse my language. The people look pissed off as hell. Okay, that's it. I'm happy now.
okay. Okay, let me put these what's the name? Somebody said something. I don't know who this is from. I guess my YouTube. Wondering what the AI recommend this
Oh,
time.
that's old. You gotta further go from that. They was talking
I
about
got it.
that part of the show.
I got it. Okay, that's crazy. They used to have picnics to watch the slaves be hung. Yep, on them. Yep. Only if folks knew about the little things. They don't.
Yeah.
They don't. And that's all right. That is all right. So let's talk about what's his name? What was his name? Randolph.
Yeah,
Let's
John
talk
W.
about
Randolph. So, if anybody watched our other show that we did about uh, slavery era Louisiana, we
him.
went and found the Secretary of State's Confederate Veterans Pension Plan list,
Mhm.
and we all you have to do is go to the secretary. All you have to do is Google sos.la.gov, and then you put Confederate and type in, yeah. If you type that into Google, it'll put up just it'll pull it up. Just pick up the one that says it's from the Secretary of State.la.gov. It's the Confederate Pension Plan, and in the database you can look any last name up, any last name up. If they have a last name, you can look them up, and you can find out if any of their family members, any of their ancestors ever asked for pension for a Confederate soldier. So if their great great grandfather was a Confederate general, we could find that out real quick. So that's why I don't let them rackers talk ish to me on no damn ain't no damn Facebook. I don't let them do it. Cause I tell them quick, we can do this the easy way or the hard way. I got your last name here on Facebook. What if I ran it through their database to see if your great uncle twice removed was a Confederate veteran? Then
Mhm.
that'll answer all the questions that I have for you going forward.
Mhm.
They don't like that. They don't like that at all. So they stop talking to you. Except for that damn John Bubba. But he got what he wanted this week, so that's good. But yeah, it's a lot of people that's commenting on KLAB that aren't using their real names.
Mhm.
It's a lot of them. It's a lot of them saying really racist and really evil things.
Mhm.
It's a ton of them. Some of them work for the sheriff's department.
Interesting.
Yeah, so that's all I'm saying. But yeah, I'm real happy about this house burning down. I don't give no damn I don't give no damn about nobody job over there. They should have had a pension plan.
Mm.
Ha ha ha! They needed another pension plan.
So, according to John Hampden Randolph, I said earlier he was born March 24th, 1813, and he died September 1883. He was a Louisiana slave owner and sugar planter. He owned four sugar plantations in Iberville, Louisiana, Parish, Louisiana. Listen to what Nottoway, Blightwood, Forest Home, and Bayou Gullah. Didn't know that. He was born in Lunenburg County, Virginia. He moved to Mississippi when he was 6. His father was a U.S. District Court judge for District of Mississippi, Peter Randolph. They lived on a cotton plantation near Woodville, the county seat of Wilkinson County in the old Natchez District.
Wasn't Ned Randolph a lawyer?
Yeah, I think he was an attorney. Yeah.
Oh,
Little is known about his education except he studied for time under Lucy Bakewell Audubon, who earned income to support the John James Audubon family by running an academy for the children of wealthy planters. In 1830s, Randolph seemed to have had business interests in Madison Parish, Louisiana. A local historian wrote that he must have been very active in selling and buying slaves, as his name appears in a large number of the transactions of the first parish record book. Damn. All right. He in married Emily Jane Liddell in 1837. She was the daughter of a plantation owner, state legislator, and a county judge, Moses Lindell. So a lot of our judges were plantation owners and
a lot
slave
of your mayors, a lot of your mayors, a lot of your judges, a lot of your sheriffs, a lot of your
lawyers.
lawyers, a lot
Yep.
of your politicians,
Yes.
a lot of everybody around you is a descendant of a
Oh,
plantation owner,
that's right. That's right.
including your mayor Ned Randolph and including your mayor Jock Roy.
That's right. That's right. That's right. So it says here, Randolph married Emily. Okay, St. John Liddell became a Confederate general, and her sister Bertha Liddell Richardson was eventually mother-in-law to U.S. Senator Donald St. Caffrey. Wow. Okay. Originally a cotton plantation owner in Mississippi like his father, Randolph bought land in Iberville Parish in 1841 and moved to Louisiana. He converted to sugarcane production and invested in a sugar mill in the mid
Wait,
1840s.
wait, wait 1 second. Did you hear what you said earlier about nobody can do the background on his education?
Yeah.
Could you go back to that part and read it a little bit?
Okay. It says here little is known about his education except he studied for a time under Lucy Bakewell Audubon, who earned
Now
income.
go back up to the top and say what he was, who he was.
His father was a U.S. District Court judge.
And who? What else was he?
Um, they lived on a cotton plantation near Woodville, the county seat of Wilkinson
This
County in
nigga, they don't even have this boy's school records. They can't prove none of what they saying.
yeah, exactly, exactly,
He was
exactly.
a
I got
bumbling idiot,
and he inherited stuff.
and he inherited the largest plantation in Louisiana. You know what? I'm starting to see a pattern. They think that the dumbest white person, I'm about to say YT person. Y'all know I've been on TikTok too much. The dumbest white person is smarter than the smartest black person could ever be.
Hmm.
Boy, are they having a rude awakening at this very hour. Lord, bless their little ooh, bless their minds, Lord, right now.
Oh Lord, you sound so retarded.
Send
So
down
instead,
your rain, Lord. Send down your rain of wisdom and send down your rain of understanding because these people ain't got neither one of them.
it says here, largely successful in this endeavor, he used the profits from the sale of sugar and molasses to travel widely, pay for Eastern education for four of his children, and buy more land and slaves. University archives hold at least six slave transactions receipts involving Randolph. He bought slaves from notable New Orleans traders, including John Hagan, Theodore Johnston, Edward Lockett, Bernard Kendig, and Walter Campbell. Those are all slave traders.
And
Beginning,
you have to buy, you have to, Alexandria was the hot spot.
yeah, it was. That's right, according to what we read, what you read.
Yeah,
That's
Alexandria was the high spot. That's where you come to Ehrlich and you can go pick up look at how they did Roosevelt. They just scooped him right on up. And Jerry Jones, they just scooped him right on up.
didn't even have to
Who
fight,
else?
huh? They
Yeah,
were
wait,
already
let's
ready.
think, let's sit here real quick because I need to figure out who else they just scooped up and they never looked back. Uh they did it to Reddix, they scooped him up, never looked back. I mean, they used to slaves. I don't know why anything else is surprising. So that's what they do. They get people that do exactly what they say. They do exactly what they tell them to do. They got slaves. And so when you got people like Mr. Jules Green, whose condolences, we have to send our condolences out to his family.
Yes, to
We had
him,
done the
his
show, but
daughter,
yeah,
yes, and their family.
we love y'all.
Yep.
But yeah, man, it's it's weird. They just want a slave. They want somebody to always do what they say so they can always stay in control. Look at how long they done stayed in control.
Hmm.
Well, like I said, when the plantation burns down, that is a bad sign for them.
Hmm.
That's a horrible sign for them.
Even thinking about rebuilding it is going to be something.
Don't nobody care about nobody rebuilding nothing now. The first one burned down, remember? You had to rebuild it. And who's to say what you rebuild don't burn down?
Hmm.
That was a fire that wouldn't go out.
Yep, sure was.
Yeah, no. God meant that, son.
That's our ancestors. Mm-mm.
The universe intended for that to happen the way it happened. Son of a bitch.
And
Excuse
for
my
it to be
language. I'm sorry.
started one, that's amazing. That is amazing. All right. So it says in beginning in 1856, he funded the construction of Nottoway, plantation house. He relocate. I can't even talk tonight. He relocated his slaves to Texas for 2 years during the Civil War, and then after the South lost the Civil War, the now free slaves returned to work for him as free men. Oh my God. No, they didn't. Okay. His son Algernon Sidney Randolph, a graduate of University of Virginia and the second lieutenant in the 3rd Louisiana Infantry Regiment of the Confederate States Army, was killed in the rifle pits at the Battle of Vicksburg in 1863, May of 1863. Two other sons also served in the Confederate States Army. Randolph continued growing sugar and buying land until 1871, ultimately controlling about 7,000 acres. Wow. 3,000 of which was swamp, along with timber and agricultural land. The timber provided the fuel for the kettles used in processing sugar. He began selling off land to pay debts in 1870 and owned only Nottoway and some of his swampland when he died in Louisiana in September 1883. On May 15, 2025, around 2 p.m., Nottoway caught on fire and was mostly destroyed. In the late 12th century, the property was converted into a resort and wedding venue, with the mansion serving as a hotel and museum. Prior to this point, it had only been owned by two families since construction. Nottoway was one of the largest antebellum homes in the South until it was recent state. So they just updated this. So yeah, yeah, this is his plantation. Yes, 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 the coward. Yep, you right, Miss Tasha. Tavares, you went digital on us for a moment there.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, now I can hear you.
Yeah. Who's to say that the Ned Randolph of Alexandria is a descendant of John Hampton Randolph?
That's right. You can't say that he's not. It's not a possibility.
I mean, wouldn't Deborah Randolph doing exactly what the wife of a John Hampton Randolph would do?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Controlling the city and the economics and being the
Yeah, the
one pulling the
economics.
strings.
Yeah.
Wouldn't they know how to design plantations? That's why I'm trying to tell y'all. The way it's set up with these utilities is just a different form of slavery.
Yep, it sure is. You're right.
Their whole point is to take advantage of you and to work you for your goods and take your money and leave you destitute. And it's designed that way. They've always designed it that way. And the lights, what Jockboy did with that utility company and all that, and him and Marcotte did, that's another form of slavery.
Yeah, that sure
That's a
is.
legal form of slavery. Their restore program, that was a legal form of slavery. He just got caught. We were there to catch him. I don't give a damn about nobody else because nobody else talking about it like we was. We were there to catch him. And that's when he got mad. And that's why he been backtracking on what the restore program was ever since we brought it out. That you didn't know what it was. And you had them people, you had people believing these raccoons out here like Reddicks and talking about the restore program was good, but it was an unofficial form of debt slavery because they were putting you in a loan status without you even signing a piece of paper at all.
Yep. Sure is.
They were putting you in slavery.
Yep. Forced to pay that bill. And
They were
actually,
forcing you to. They were
according to
forcing you to.
Roy,
Yeah.
they made more back than what they put in it. They said they made $7.3 million. Remember he said that?
Yeah, I think he made more. I
Because
think he
he
made
got his
more.
money. He got
Because
what he wanted
he's
back.
like, well, I'm gonna ease up off the light bills now. But he's about to go up on the light bills now because he's using the summer as an excuse to increase the light bills.
Yep.
And your light bill gonna shoot up or double, but he gonna say it's because the air conditioner running.
Yeah. Because of the
And
heat.
you can't do nothing about it but to pay that $700 light bill this month.
Yep. That's
And
exactly.
he trying to hide it because he throwing y'all feds, right? But really, y'all pay for those utilities or for those feds. All that time out there that you spend walking around and sliding through the ice skating rink, that's a $10,000. That's a $10,000 skating rink just to set up. You
Yep.
see, and
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 y'all
then they got a
remember it
Ferris
has,
wheel that they operate out. Then they got the different people, the vendors out there that aren't, what I'm saying, paying as much as, what I'm saying. So,
More than that, Javon,
huh?
because didn't the supporter say it was a $250,000 thing?
Every
yeah,
time,
yeah,
every time,
And that's been a while back.
yeah. Well,
every time.
they just do it back.
They just did another one.
And guess who got to pay
But
for it?
supporter was in there. It was $252,000.
Remember when it didn't have no budget? It had a black budget and they couldn't find all the money.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he's been gone for a while. So it's at least 300,000.
Cut up.
But Some of the people in Alexandria, they keep falling for it because, I mean, hey, they ain't got no other choice. They feel like they don't have no other choice. So they keep falling for it. If they're, and some people, like, they're saying, this is my town. I got to live here. And this is how it is. We're going to make excuses about how things are because we really don't want them to change because it's convenient for me. It might not be convenient for you, but it's convenient for me. Everything's working out for me. You know what I'm saying?
I just thought about something. I believe that wife swapping started in those times
Yeah.
on
Why?
plantations.
Why do you say that?
A, because I can. B, because it's true.
What you saying? White chocolate?
Wife swapping, yeah. They used to swap wives on those plantations, I'm sure.
But do you understand something else? Have you ever read the book Her Property? Did you know a lot of times that the man would pursue the woman? It wasn't necessarily always the man who had the wealth. The woman had the wealth
No,
too.
the woman had the wealth like what Ned Randolph did with Deborah Randolph.
Okay, we don't know what that means, Bart. You gotta
Well, they
go into
married
detail.
into each other. They didn't marry. They married into each other.
Okay, they married into each other. Okay.
Yeah, her family already had money, and his family had money too.
Yeah, that was a known thing. That's how they got married. I mean, that's how most marriages work.
Yeah, so that's what that
They
was.
would marry into
So
each other's family.
Alexandria, y'all had a plantation owner. That's why it's divvied up the way it is.
You got to talk up, Tavares. You sound far away.
I said that's why they got it divided up the way it's divided up. Is because you got a plantation.
Okay. Well, in the book Her Property, the men used to go after the widows. The court, they would go after the widows. And when they go after the widows always have money. Majority of the time, they had money. They would go to these highfalutin parties and stuff, and that's where they would find these women, and they would flirt with them. And once they got with them, they were considered owners of their property because they shared. You know what I'm saying? And that's how it was. That's how they wind up with the land and the slaves and the property. That was just the way the system was set up. You know?
Right.
It's
What
crazy,
other
but that's
information
how it
can you
works.
dig up?
Huh? What you say?
I said, what other information can you dig up?
What other information like what? What you want me to dig up?
Like, uh, go to the Secretary of State
I don't
to
want to do that.
Confederate.
No,
Oh,
I'm not doing
okay.
that. No, I'm not doing
Well,
that.
go to
Because
go
you're
to
going to do it about
Facebook. Go
500
to
times.
go to KLAB on Facebook
For what?
and read the headlines from the story.
Why are you sounding like you sleep?
Because I'm trying to tell you where to go, man.
You want me to go where?
To Facebook, to KLAB on Facebook about this story.
Oh, okay, hold up. Okay. So you want to talk about what was said on Facebook about the what, right? Is that what it
I
is?
just want people to be aware of who's around them.
Okay. Mm. Okay, so it's way down in there. So, and you guys, I don't really want to talk about the escape convict. It doesn't, to me, that's not important. So I'm gonna, let me quit. I'm sorry. Oh, here we go. This right here. So hold up. Let's see here. Okay, so we're looking at some of the comments on here. If you guys can see the comments, it says somebody. I'm not gonna say the first word, but somebody said, "Dwayne that slave house. I hope it burns down. Let's rebuild black homes for slaves once it's gone." Okay, so let me see. Somebody said, let me see what the first said. Maybe we should pray. Oh, maybe we should pray. And then Tavares, are they live streaming it? I definitely want to see it. And then he said, just so y'all know, I can tell which one of y'all families were Confederates because it's on the secretary say, oh my God, database. I can't wait to use it. It's time for you all to stop living in the past and let this fun house of fuckery burn down. I shouldn't have been cussing. It says, ashes just like Alexandria did when the Confederates surrendered. And then, come on. So then it says, gonna look my last name up. And then somebody said, I wonder how many of them Sambos of today were saying, NASA, these house on fire. Y'all young people will never understand history. We learn from it. And just like that, history's not today and not today's world. Beautiful house gone, good, bad memories. I don't hold what happened before I was born against people today. You shouldn't either. Look how wonderful you are today. Life is hard for all now. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. What the? So, okay, somebody said, and that a lie. Life is not hard for everyone. With all due respect, the issue isn't that people are holding the current generation accountable for past actions. The problem is the fact that people can't acknowledge it and it happened and understand why we feel a way about things. Let's see, which is she saying? Like this, don't act oblivious to the fact that our ancestors were treated horrible, and as if what happened then has nothing to do with now, because it does. We had land stolen, inventions stolen, so many bodies hung from those trees that are surrounding that plantation. I can continue to go on. Whitney Plantation does a wonderful job, from what I hear, explaining the truth, rather than trying to erase the sins of white people who owned slaves and not even owned slaves. A minute. And not even owned slaves, but they could have treated someone badly just because the color of their skin. Mm. So Adrian said Whitney Plantation opened. Oh, it really was an eye opener. Even more information of our ancestors' enslaved history. So someone said, like the for real. The problem with this one is glamorizing it. There is no need to glamorize to have weddings there. Okay, I don't know. I'm not holding anything against anyone. Life is too short. I love the Lord. Here we go with the Lord stuff. That's why I be trying to tell y'all. People use the Lord as either they're gonna punish you with Him because they act like they're the judge, jury, and everything else, or they're going to pretend it's a protector for them to overcoat what they really want to do and say, right? So I love the Lord. Let's see here. I'm not holding anything against anyone. Life is too short. And I love the Lord. He said forgive, but never forget. I forgave, but didn't forget. So let it go up, away it goes, or better yet, down. Let's go. You know what? Stop putting God in this. I just wish people would stop that. I really do. Because it's old and everybody ain't for that no more. Beautiful house, laugh out loud. child by slaves. Matter of fact, 155 slaves were housed there. And you say it is a beautiful house. What AA history did you learn? I'm curious. You see a beautiful slave house now. What history lies beneath? Y'all didn't learn anything from this. If y'all did, then the country wouldn't be like this. Oh, so somebody saying they didn't learn nothing. Okay. It's the point of the house, not there no more. Okay, I don't know that. In the light of the white people saying we need to get over it, the ancestor says, you know what they are right? They are right. They are singing the roof is on fire. Oh my God. You guys are mean. Y'all oh my God. Not the big house, somebody said. I work down the street from there. It's still smoke in the air. I bet you it was. The ancestors are pleased, absolutely heartbreaking. We stayed there a couple of years ago. It had been so well maintained and had such incredible history. Being a historian, I'm kind of saddened, but on the other hand, let it burn. That sucks. A beautiful historic home. What Nottoway in November 2024 and had been. He probably once set it on fire. Yeah. He just bought it too. Yeah, he probably set that sucker on fire. I'm just saying. Allegedly. That's just my opinion. It's just weird that he just bought it and it got caught on fire. I wonder what that policy looked like. What you think that policy looked like? You think it was on the historical, part of the historical society? Yeah. Okay, so I'm not gonna remind you of a scene from Gone with the Wind. Okay, so I'm not gonna read any more of that. But I just wanted to share that with you guys. Let's see here. What time is it? Yeah. So let's come back over here. There we go. Oh, so let's see, Coward. Miss Latasha Dixon is the only one who visited us tonight.
I didn't advertise.
Oh, okay. So you want everybody to know we were out
No,
here.
I'm gonna do it after the show over with.
Yeah, we could do it. Okay. So anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and let you guys go. I just wanted to share that with you. Is there anything else you wanted to share tomorrow with the audience?
Yeah, God bless. Y'all keep y'all heads to the sky. Uh, just you know what I'm saying. Don't be bothered about none of this. Mind your black business, no matter what the news media says. Uh, and you know, just plan what you got to plan, execute what you got to execute, get it done. Go on about your day. Go on about your day. Try to cut back on the swine.
You sound like you had some time.
Not wine. I said swine.
Yeah. Sound like you ate good. Did you have some wine? Did you?
Yeah, and don't get baited in racist situations like what just tried to happen to me just now.
Because you know, you black people like to drink a lot. Y'all don't know how to do anything else but drink.
That's the side effect of the depression that the system of oppression
Oh,
is
that so you
giving
want to
black
make an
people.
excuse for your depression is to drink. So what does
Well,
it do?
psychologically, yes, when you don't have the proper coping mechanisms, you'll cope with anything, including alcohol. So,
Okay.
you know, it's kind of like giving me poison water and then being mad because I drank poison water. You know what I mean?
Okay. I tell you what, the next time you come on my show, don't come on my show sounding like you drunk. We don't play that over here.
Like I'm who?
Like you drunk.
Okay. All right. So again, with the racism, it's gonna stop.
Okay, so that's
It's gonna
so you
stop.
call that racism?
That is racism. You think I'm drunk? That's crazy. That's crazy, and I'm offended.
Oh,
I
and
truly
you
am.
offended by what?
I'm
You
offended
talking
by
about what
your
you offended by?
assumption. That's an assumption. That's a sad assumption that you try to paint me with, and you put it on me like as if
Why you
every
sound like
black
you
man.
far, far away?
You know what? Because I am. I'm far away from this situation. Thank you, and have a nice day. Good night, everyone. I appreciate.
Lord, that's funny. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and shut it down. I just wanted to share that with you, or me and Tavares wanted to share that with you guys. I hope you got some of the history. I hope you understand where the plantation system comes from, how it started. We talked about Naughty Way catching on fire, and we talked about the owner and who he was. We we have an assumption, or wouldn't be surprised if your former mayor was related to him, one who was in control for 25 years before Jock Roy got elected or selected to be in it for the first time back in 2000, what, 8, 9, 6? I can't remember when he came in first, but yeah, when Randolph started having Alzheimer's and dementia or whatever it was that he had before he passed away, and before Deborah picked the boy. And y'all know that Deborah ran the city for I think about 2 years prior to him working being elected.
Yeah.
Was it 2 years? Was it about 2 years, huh?
About 2 years. He took his fight.
Yeah.
He could not work.
Yeah. They made it sound like he was the best master they ever had for Alexander.
Yeah.
Well,
Find out. Learn a lot.
yep, because he was there for 25 years. They kept on putting him in there. How many times it took him to do it? That's 5, 6, almost 6 times. That's 6 times.
6 times 4 is
Yeah.
24.
Yeah, yeah. He stayed in there 25 years as the mayor.
So that had been his 7th time, but he couldn't finish it off.
There you go. There you go. Ain't that something? Because guess what? He was doing everything he was supposed to do. These people. That's why Alexander's like it is. Because he was doing right by the people who wanted him in there. Well, so we learned something tonight. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. Have a good night. Enjoy your Saturday. Love you. Talk to you later, guys.
Okay, good night.
Good night. Bye-bye. Good night, everyone. So let's close this out.
Yeah. Okay.
Good night.
Night, night.
Let's see here.